ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thunderbird Radio, the best place to get announcements for all things UMA. If you have an announcement, you can send it to announcements@utahmilitaryacademy.org. The email can be found in the description below. Welcome to the October 14th to October 16th school week. Hopefully your break allowed you to get some rest, but now we have to keep moving forward. It's the second term after all. Starting us off this week is Duty Flight, which happens to be India. We hope to see you in the cafeteria at the end of lunch. If you can't make it back time when you go off campus, then please don't go off campus. We need you to be there to help clean the cafeteria. So strangely, on the paper, there isn't a uniform tip of the day, so I'll just have to pull one out of the cadet guide again. So all outerwear, with a zipper, must be halfway zipped up at minimum. Don't have it fully unzipped like I see many cadets doing. It's not proper uniform wear, so don't do it. This is also the perfect segue into our singular uniform item of the week. The green fleece jackets are in logistics currently. You can stop by during normal operating hours for logistics to check out a green jacket for the winter. They will need to be returned in the spring. There are also Gore-Tex jackets, which I still have no idea what they are. You can also pick them up instead of the fleece. Like always, we have scholarships in colleges. It's time to apply for them, and to do so ASAP. You can find some information on the counselor website. I couldn't find a hyperlink to the counselor website, so you'll just have to find it yourself on the student website. I will see if I can upload it next week, or I will just make a community post about it in the community tablet channel. If you need any assistance, you can talk to Mrs. Horning or Major Workman about it. Another thing that will probably help with the application, specifically about the service academies, is the West Point admissions meeting. Actually, it seems it already passed at 1800 today. Apologies for the late notice on this, but I have been announcing it for a couple weeks already. Onwards and forwards, we have two tests to talk about, being the ASVAB and the PSAT. The ASVAB is going to be held on Friday, October 25th. It's expected of all juniors and sophomores to take the test. Seniors that are interested in taking it can sign up in the office. However, you must sign up before October 18th. The ASVAB is going to be taken online as well, so you need to bring your Chromebook. Make sure you charge it before you get to school, so you can actually take the test and don't have to sit next to a wall the whole time. As for the PSAT, those of you that have applied will be taking it the first thing on the 23rd of October. So I think 6 days from now, as of 1 in the morning on the 17th. That's when I'm recording this. Sad. Miss Pemberton will also be providing further details as the time draws closer. This week there are two sports things that we need to talk about. One of them being sports streaming, like I've mentioned before, being the NFHS network. You can find home games in the gym there on their website. You can also find away games as long as the other school has the NFHS network as well. The website will be provided in the description as well. Winter sports are starting to kick off and fall sports are ending now. Make sure that you keep up with your academics so you can actually participate in these new sports. You also need to register on registermyathlete.com, which will also be in the description. I just feel like I'm saying that a lot. There are lots of miscellaneous announcements this week, so let's get through them quickly. For voting, everyone can vote. First things first, actually. 7th grade SBO. 7th graders should have received a link to vote for their elected officials. It should be in your email. Make sure to vote for your SBOs. Another thing for voting is that everyone can vote on the UMA logo art contest that is currently going on. The link is also in your email, so check it out so you can vote sooner rather than later. There's another art contest, being the Halloween art contest, where you can give Mr. Gabriel a costume. The forms for the contest are in the office. Make sure that you turn in your submission before October 25th. They will be accepted on the 25th. It's just always better to get them in early. This year not this year, it happens every year, we have the annual food drive. It will be lasting from until November 1st. It's already started. Keep in mind that this is flight competition based, so the top 3 flights will be awarded points. The top flight overall will be getting donuts during flight time. I don't know which flight time, it'll just happen. In the hallways, there are flyers that will tell you what items you can bring in. Remember to report the donated items to your flight advisor and flight commander. I recommend telling your flight advisor first so they can actually get it logged and keep better track of it. Speaking of food, for the time being, the hangar is off limits for lunch. That includes those of you that go off campus. All food must be eaten within the cafeteria. Next up is the CIA trip for the F-35s. Again, it's going to take place on Friday, November 1st. Those who sign up will leave UMA at around 0800 and return around 12:30. The uniform will be the service blues. If you are 16 or older, you will need a state-issued or military-dependent ID card. You will need to ask for the Google form as well from Lieutenant Colonel Tischer and maybe Sergeant Jimenez. Those two are the ones that I think have access to it. I cannot supply it to you, unfortunately, as the link that they provided in the announcements does not work. Lastly, for the miscellaneous announcements is the Veterans Day photos for the Veterans Day slideshow. You can send these photos to majorcurtis.com/veterans. Make sure to provide your relationship information and any significant info. I will, again, provide the link in the description. This is going to be like my catchphrase. On to the sports. Girls soccer had their playoff game today at 1600 at American Heritage. Girls high school volleyball has their playoffs next week. Cross country, high school specifically, has their region competition this next week. Football has a game on Friday at Water Canyon. Just a reminder, if you have had a sport, you will need to clean your uniform and turn it in. Please clean it. They don't want to clean it. This week, I'm not getting into any of the team times, as there is nothing new. If we get a new team time, I will tell you about it. But as of right now, nothing new, so there's no reason for me to talk about it. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Thunderbird Radio. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more announcements next week, and until then, have a good day.